a short while ago, a few days ago, and, well, a winner has been declared. Dennis Idahosa, a member of the House of Representatives, at the primary. And as you might well know by now, a parallel primary was conducted. INEC has said that it attended only one primary. I imagine that's what would be the case with INEC. And so here we are now. Dennis Idahosa has been declared the winner of that primary. The chairman of APC has congratulated him and asked all others to, sheath their swords and come together and work with the winner for the party's victory when the time comes. Okay, so here we are. But not everybody is on the same page in Edo State regarding that particular primary election. One of them is the Right Honorable Paul Ohobamo. He's our guest this morning, former minority leader and deputy speaker, Edo State House of Assembly, and spokesman, indeed, for one of the people who are contesting the position of the chairman of the party, Senator Monday Okpebolo. In fact, he's also a spokesman for that organization. And so here we are. The primary that I spoke about, the parallel primary, produced Senator Monday Okpebolo as the winner of that particular... No, I'm getting that mixed up. But thank God I have you with me here. So where are we now exactly? The winner has been declared in the person of Dennis Idahosa. You disagree with that?
Winner has not been declared. When a winner is declared, the national body will issue certificate of returns. So the truth of the matter is, you made in your background analysis that INEC monitored one primary.
Only one?
Of the several, only one. And they said it is the one that produced Senator Monday Okpebolo they monitored. And you know the law is clear, the extant law. The Electoral Act says party primaries must be monitored by INEC. The implication of that is that there is already legal disability with the one that purportedly announced Dennis Idahosa as the party.
So what are you saying now? Are you saying that the APC
I'm saying has
not been concluded?
I'm saying that
the chairman of your party
not. It has been
congratulated.
He did that hastily. I'm sure he did that hastily, but the facts are clear now. He cannot issue secure returns to Idahosa. This is what we are saying. INEC monitored it. DSS report is there. Police report is there. Only in our own. The person that announced Dennis Idahosa, the chairman, who is not the returning officer, because it's the returning officer that should declare results. The chairman hurriedly just wrote on a piece of paper, not the document meant for the result, on a sheet of paper, allocated scores, and he was working for Comrade Adas Oshomole, his friend, and gave it to Dennis Idahosa when he entered Benin at about 1 p.m. that day. He was not around during preparation. The preceding day, when they had stakeholders meeting, chairman was not there. And in fact, I didn't quarrel with that because as a ceremonial person, he does not need to be there. It's just to oversee. It is when the returning officer declares result, you hand over to the chairman. He receives it, not to declare it. It happened in Adamawa when the rec hurriedly was, so eager to give Benani of APC governorship in Adamawa. And INEC quickly intervened that no, that is wrong. It's like terminating or aborting pregnancy in mid-trimester. And that you have no right to do that. The returning officer, the state returning officer is there to do it. That situation applies mutatis mutandis to the situation in Edo, whereby we had a returning officer appointed and directed by INEC by the national body to do the work with definite instruction to carry out. He was already there at the collation center receiving results from the local government returning officers also appointed by the national body, bid by bid. When it got to the 8th local government, they discovered that Senator Monday Okpebolo was leading. He already won 6, and then so the also won 2. They sent talks there and started beating the people. Even your equipment, TVC equipment, they damaged everything. You can ask your correspondent. They damage that of Arise everywhere, and they turn the place into a battlefield. Somebody who is winning an election cannot...
Sorry, sir. Where does that leave Uzodimma, who, oversaw the exercise?
No, he just acted, he struggled in error. He wanted to help, and he did help. But that help cannot do anything because you cannot sacrifice sanctity. You know that the mechanism leading to the emergence of any candidate is always critical to its acceptability. There must be confidence of the people. Everybody is disappointed in Edo because what they have done has, made human rights and democracy in APC, Edo APC to take a retreat. That is the truth of the matter. And I call them democracy assassins because when people who cannot take the negative, only the positive, they want to be there all the time. They want to be the shining star all the time. So because you are losing, you cannot take it. We saw what happened during Buhari's first election against Jonathan. Even before they concluded, Jonathan congratulated Buhari. That is a true Democrat. A true Democrat. Because losing democracy is far worse than losing an election. And Jonathan exhibited that. He demonstrated it. And forever, I will continue to respect that man. But here we are, all the democratic oligarchs, people who are authoritarian politicians, people who are not true Democrats, people who have dubious allegiance to democratic norms. They are all involved now in Edo police. And it's a shame. This is why I'm asking the national body.
Yes. I just want to get one thing very clear. Your man, that is to say, the person you are spokesman for, he emerged from the parallel election that was conducted.
No, there was no parallel election. Election was
there were
done.
2 elections.
The one that, no, only 2 results, no election. You should get this. Without the first question, you don't go to the why issue. You must follow it chronologically. Election is done with collection of results from the wards, local government. Is that not so? Not just, it's not automatic. You don't just go to the why issue and declare results. They say unless it's furnished.
Let me stay with you. Let me stay with you. You are saying, whereas it is being reported as, there was a parallel election. You are saying that is faulty. You are saying that is faulty. You are saying that there were there were not 2 elections. There was no parallel election, but there were 2 results. Is that what you're saying?
Thank you.
2 results.
Yes, they just announced results, which means one is fake because one did not pass through the mill of a proper election. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to have to give you time, sir, since as we don't have both parties on the program at the moment. That is to also have representation for the winner that has been declared. You have problems with that declaration. I'm talking about.
It's not the winner, please. I'm correcting. This is the danger of a single narrative.
Sorry, sir.
But you are taking one. Excuse me. You are taking one as the winner.
You know what? Let me tell you, sir. Let me tell you, honorable.
Yes.
I'll tell you something.
Yes.
I am not taking one. I am simply taking what is on the ground that needs your clarification. And I'm going to give you all the time you need to state the case. But the way it appears to everybody now, and this you have faulted, is that there was a parallel election. You've explained there was nothing like that. There was a parallel election, and that is what produced Okpebolo. And you have said now, no. And yet there is the one that the chairman of your party has, congratulated the winner of.
Who says the chairman cannot make mistake? And this is why it's difficult now to pronounce it nationally.
I did say that I would give you all the time, sir. So you need to explain this, please, as if somebody who wasn't even in the country and wants to know what happened at the APC primary for Edo State. Explain that to us, sir.
Thank you very much. APC primaries held on the 17th, which is last Saturday. And officials from the national headquarters, the national body set up a team for that purpose, appointed 18 returning officers for the 18 local government, appointed the state returning officer, and elections was conducted. A designated place, collation center, was also there. They all went there. The state returning officer was receiving from the local government returning officer all results as they were coming in. The first local government, second, up to the 8th. They now discovered, and it was being live by your TVC. Live. People were following and they were praising the process. They commended the process for transparency and the seamless nature. And it was going on until the 8th. When they got to the 8th local government, it was clear that Monday Okpebholo was sailing through. True and true. He won 6 already. Dennis Idahosa, the favored candidate of Adaso Shomole, won 2. Then immediately they sent talks to the place. Destroyed the place. The question now, who sent talks to the place? Is it the person leading? Because it will be antithetical to reason. And it will be logical somersault for somebody who is winning to send talks to disrupt a process that is producing him. And that place is the place designated. And all officials from national body were there. Some of them were brutalized and reduced to the worst form of human degradation. Many people are still in the hospital. Is that one democracy? Is that how you, is it? That is the height of desperation. So they disrupted the place. While they did that, Hope Uzodinma, the chair, who has not been around, flew in Itobini at about 1 p.m., went straight to Protea Hotel to meet Oshomole. Oshomole was there too. Of course, they are friends. I don't quarrel with that. And you can praise Oshomole likes him. Yes, Shakespeare said there is flattery in friendship. I like that. They can go on. But not to damage the interest, the collective will of the people. So he went straight to that place. What with your head, they now call journalists. And he took a piece of paper. Meanwhile, the national body gave a prescribed paper to the returning officer to feed results into. And that is where Monday Okpebholo's result is feed. So he just wrote it and wrote the result, called them and declared, excuse me, sir, and declared the result there that Dennis Idahosa has won. But the question is, where did Hope Uzodinma, who just entered 1 p.m., where did he get results he declared? Because you cannot be declaring, you must place something, you cannot place something or nothing and expect it to stand, it will collapse. This other person collected results, he was receiving results from all local governments, upon which he decided and came to the conclusion that Monday Okpebholo won. But in the other place, nothing. This is why I said no parallel primaries, except you are talking of another result declared, which is fake. So we can't say they are even two equities. Now,
when you say
because
it's fake,
the other one,
where does that leave? Sorry, sir. Where does that leave Hope Uzodinma, who superintended over the election? And as I said, you say people can be in error. His efforts have been commended on behalf of the party by the chairman of the party. But you did explain that bit as to say, well, people can be in error. People can make mistakes. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes. The chairman, no, the question now is, what is stopping the chairman of the party now from giving certificate of returns to the person he congratulated? The process he has said is all right. Why issue it now? He cannot, because he knows very well that that thing was flawed. It was flawed, and there is no way you can do it. If you do that, you have killed the party in Edo State. That's the truth. Oshomole alone cannot deliver the...
Are you can you go as far, Honorable, as saying that there was no primary election in Edo State by APC? Can you go that?
There was primary election, but they don't want to recognize it. That's the issue.
Okay.
The primary election of those they sent from national.
Excuse me. I'm not genuine.
No. Yes, that's the one. Because that primary was conducted by those they sent themselves. You cannot approbate and reprobate now. They sent them to do work for them, gave them all the materials. Those ones have done it. They were even brutalized. They were beaten. So you are now you send people on errands to do a work and they were beaten, and you are turning your face to the other side to that one is somehow.
All right. Let's say a viewer has called in.
The whole world.
A viewer has called in. Let's take his contribution. Let's take how he sees this, because he might have followed it himself. Good morning to you, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. Good morning to the guest you are talking to.
Honorable Paul Ohonbamu.
Yes. Uncle Yori, the truth of this matter, as I see it, is that APC is not serious in taking over that state. I am more or less a stakeholder. What people are saying at the background that brought about all this hula baloo is the failure of the party to zone the next governorship ticket to the Edo Central. Those from Edo Central never liked the idea of making it open. And when they saw that they could not win that argument, they have now ganged up, let me use that word advisedly, to say that if we cannot get it, we will make sure no other person gets it. But the leader of the party, which is Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, unfortunately did not see the right reading in the air. That is the man that is speaking to you. If you ask him, maybe if he cannot say it privately, he will say it. And if he cannot say it publicly, he will say it privately. That is the root of this problem. What led to a result that cannot be officially announced now, that is the simple problem. And if they go to the election in this mode, what will happen is those in Edo Central who think it is their turn to get it will work against the party and give opportunity to Obaseki to produce another type of Obaseki in that state, which most people in that state are resisting. That's what will happen.
All right.
So unless they are able to put their house in order and put selfishness aside, APC will not get it in Edo. Mark my words.
Thank you very much, Mr. George, for calling in. That's one interested party. You've heard his analysis. And
thank you.
A thing like this often is not as simple as it looks. What would you say, especially aspects he took about, look, this thing, because of some disgruntled members of the party, it had the complexities that it had. First of all, talk to me about Edo Central.
Thank you very much. I am from Edo South. I've always clamored from the beginning that power should go to Edo Central. And in fact, the man who called in, told you the fact. People are against, they were against initially, but when they saw sentiment of the people, even minorities in Edo State, the Igbos there, the Yorubas, the Hausas, they all say power should go to the third place. Because Edo State is sitting on a tripod, Edo North, Edo South, and Edo Central. Edo South has had its own historical possibilities, with this year making it 16 years. If another Edo South person comes to make 24, it will be SS. Edo North, through Oshiomhole, has had 8 years. Only Edo Central has not had a 10. So we are saying, even though I'm a Benin man from Edo South, that it should go to Edo Central. And this is why you see me talking with this kind of, temper. Because when you drive people to desperate solution, the result you get will be disastrous. And because of this sentiment, people like Osai Yamu, the former governorship candidate of the party, and a powerful, actor in Edo State, stepped down for Senator Monday Okpebholo so that power can go to Edo Central. A former deputy governor, Lucky Imaswen, also stepped down all his supporters to support Monday Okpebholo so that power can go to Central. Because it was clear that everyone wants power to go to Central. And that is the only road. It may be a difficult road, it's the only road to go. And that is the intelligence, the clever thing Obaseki has been able to do. They now want the Ishans, the Edo Central people to believe that Obaseki loves them. And APC does not love them. And that is a danger on in its own. Now,
okay.
What happened? What happened?
One moment, please. I beg your pardon. It'll be a rolling kind of explanation because someone else has called in. Let's hear it from Michael's perspective. calling in from River State. Good morning, sir.
Let's hear it from Michael.
Michael, if you can hear us, please go ahead.
Sir? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Michael.
My name is Michael. I'm calling from River State.
Please go ahead.
If you can hear us, please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask you that all this will not be confusing to us Nigerians. So my question is...
Michael, you got to help us. Your television is on. The sound is on, and that is distorting everything. So mute the volume of your television set, please, so we don't have an echo of everything you say. Carry on, sir.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello? So I'm asking you a question.
Sure.
In election, whose duty is it to announce results? Is it a returning officer or the chairman of the electoral authority? Whose duty? So that they will not be confusing Nigerians. Today we are doing another thing. Tomorrow we are doing another thing. Whose duty is it to call results? Constitutionally, that is what we want to know. I'm not after Central or South or North, but in that election or in any election, whose duty is it to call results?
Okay.
So that Nigerians will know, yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much. Our guest, Honorable Hombamo, nodded at that question. That means it must have been a good one. Now, yes. Before you go, sir, let me ask you, who declared the result in Edo State, as a matter of fact?
The result was declared by the returning officer, appointed for that purpose by the national body, Dr. Ugboja.
Okay.
And is
that the right and proper person?
Is the right Yes, you can just draw analog between it and what happened in Adamawa during the governorship. When the REC, because the resident electoral commission hurriedly declared results, and INEC immediately intervened to say, no, you are only the REC, that it is the returning officer. Is the one who should declare someone returned. That's why it's a returning officer. So it's the returning officer that you declare a candidate returned as nominated. Not the chairman. The chairman is just there as ceremonial head to oversee. And this is why during the preparations, the elections, Uzodimma was not around. Because it was not his duty. He only came to satisfy some, because it's an entrenched interest, trying to manipulate the process. That's just it.
Well, in fact, this is why, excuse me, sir, this is why that place where you had the return officer, the 18 return officers of the 18 local government, that's where INEC monitored. That is where the DSS monitored, and they have their reports that they monitored that, not the other one. Because they couldn't have monitored that of Hope Uzodimma. He was not around. So he did not get result from local government. The way this one got it, the normal thing was done. So Honorable Dennis Idahosa, that is in the news,
yes.
You are saying that nobody actually declared him.
No, because that one, they struggled in error. It was theater of the absurd, what happened at that place. Because there was no primaries conducted by Uzodimma. You can't just announce result. That is, that is a solution in search of a problem. You can't just announce result. From where did you get it? You manufactured them.
Okay. Mr. Idaho is calling in from Lagos. Good morning to you, Charles.
Yeah, good morning to you, Yori.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Well, I felt compelled to call in. Am I on air?
Yes, you are.
Good. I felt compelled to call in because of what looks like a charade, going on in my state. I'm from Edo State. I'm also what we say a stakeholder, though I'm a journalist. But I think what is happening is a manifestation of the warped electoral system that we have in this country. Both general election, both gubernatorial, both even the national, whether national assembly, all of that. Now, a simple primary that's supposed to lead to the emergence of a flag bearer. Look at what is happening. I think it's a shame. Edo has never been in the news for the right reason. This past few years, because of all these winners they call. There are processes that have been set. So why is INEC not coming out to say this and this and this are the processes? The electoral law has stipulated what they're supposed to do. So I think what Honorable Hobamu and his people should be saying is that let them insist that INEC that is charged with the responsibility of organizing some of these things should come out and then clear so that they can state the fact instead of all these things. Permanent head, according to the law, yes. What is the law? What's the law saying? So can't we go there and pick out the books and say, okay, this is what the law says, and then all of us so we can move on and then let the Edo breathe?
I hear you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charles, for calling in. Go ahead, Honorable. You seem to be in agreement with Mr. Edeho's.
Yes, the INEC came out. INEC came out in a press conference by the REC, Resident Electoral Commissioner, that the primaries that produced Senator Mondo Okpebholo, the Edo Central man that they don't want now, is the one they monitored. And the law says for any primary to be valid, INEC must monitor it. The implication is that, the meaning of that is that you must give INEC notice of your primary, give them the place you are holding it and everything. INEC monitored the one that they want to subdue now because they have power. But they must realize that, yeah, it is excellent to have a giant strength, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant. That message is to Oshomole and Hope Uzodimma. Now, INEC monitored, DSS monitored.
Wait a minute. Let me just clear that bit. Because Senator Oshomole, he's not here. Neither does he have a spokesman here. You seem to be placing a lot of the blame for the imbroglio at the doorstep of the senator. How so?
Yes, he has been a leader. We expected, as a leader, you must stand at the intersection, not taking sides. This is why when people go to traditional rulers, they may have their preference, but they take all of them as their children. You know, the traditional rulers will say, okay, you are all my children, go. He can, in his own closet, be praying for one person. But Oshomole came out and publicly told the people that they should go and vote for Dennis Idahosa. And the people wanted to take their destiny in their hands because you cannot continue to manipulate people. And they know that he always has that weak way of making choices. So the people went to the field to vote for the Edo Central man, Monday Okpebholo. They saw it coming. Of the 6 results declared in the seamless primary that was going on at the Coalition Center, of the 8 results, Okpebholo won 6. Denko, the preferred candidate of Oshomole, won 2. So they sent talks. The question now is, who sent talks? Is it the person leading that will send talks to disrupt and truncate a process that is helping him, that he is, succeeding in, or the person losing? So when you look, everyone in Edo, you can carry out your independent investigation. You will know that I have come here today to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Okay, that's a fine place to take a break.
As I said...
We will take a break, sir. One moment, sir. We will take a break, come right back, and continue to hear from you and phone calls as they come in. Stay with us, please.
Uncover the secrets of the financial world,
breaking down intricate economic and financial matters.
We analyze the stock market, shares, bonds, and the thrilling world of cryptocurrencies.
We unveil and analyze complex policies of the CBN and other government parastatals as they affect your everyday life, keeping you a step ahead every time.
Okay, this is good. Facts matter. Our team dives deep to separate fact from popular opinion.
We simplify complex government policies as it impacts your everyday life, helping you navigate the ever-changing financial landscape.
Watch Business Nigeria every weekday at 2 p.m. only on TVC News. First with breaking news.
Stay ahead with the biggest news stories. Go beyond the news headlines. Experience impactful investigations. Enjoy resourceful news coverage in real time. TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. Live every day on this channel. TVC News. First with breaking news.
Okay, welcome back. And there's something of an imbroglio in the conduct of the primary elections for the governorship in Edo State. The the returning officer, Ubuaja Stanley Uzoamaka, actually did declare Senator Okpebolo. But
yes,
the chair of the chair of the exercise had declared Honorable Dennis Idahosa. And so we have what we have now. In fact, that's why the Honorable, who is our guest, Paul Ohombamo, has been at pains to say that there wasn't a parallel election at all, but that results are being, I don't know if you will agree with a word like manipulated.
That's it.
Okay. So he feels that this whole thing is not kosher, and that's why he's speaking out. Now, it's very, very frustrating to have a one-sided conversation because the declaration of Dennis Idahosa, he is contesting that. So I would have wished that we would have a spokesperson for Dennis Idahosa to contribute to this conversation. Somebody who called in just before we went on break had said that as a stakeholder, he's not too happy that Edo State has been in the news in recent times for all the wrong reasons. So here we have this situation on our hands now. What's the way out? What exactly do you expect? Because it seems, I mean, it's clear that you are not, you're not sitting squarely and prettily with this whole result. You've spoken about power, about people trying to muscle.
Yes.
And yes. So where does it go from here?
My own is this. Thank you. My own is this. Even though I am supporting Senator Okpebolo from Edo Central, I always want power to go there so that there will be civic relationship that is prelude to free citizenship. If a genuine process produces Dennis Idahosa, I don't have a problem with it. But for you to truncate a process and then you manipulate it to favor that one is something one cannot take. It takes some swallowing to agree to that. That is the truth. And a political party, I'm leading with my party, advising. The duty of a political party is to play the role of gatekeeper of democracy. And when you are gatekeeping means you carry out your democratic function and your filtration role as espoused by the political economist James Caesar. You do it well in such a way that you go into election and you are sure-footed. But when you kill confidence, because what we are talking here now is about confidence of the people. That confidence is very essential. It has been so in the ancient time, in the medieval time, and even in this contemporary era. You remember the Amulet?
Yes. Emmanuel has called in. Good morning, Emmanuel. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning. Good morning, Uncle. Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah. Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Uncle Yori. Good morning, my brother. I like your program. They are very good. Yeah, morning. Yeah, morning. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please carry on.
Yes.
Sorry, I just want to ask one question from you and the man. Who's supposed to pronounce the result? Is it the office of the man or the? Yeah. I want to ask, who's supposed to pronounce the result?
All right. That's the second time that question has come today. If you've been with us.
Is it the office of the man or the man that pronounced the senator? That is the question I want to ask.
No, it's the one that produced the senator. It's the returning officer that should declare result.
The returning officer, Ubuaja Stanley Ugwaja Stanley
Yes, he's the one.
He actually declared Senator, Idahosa. And
no, Monday Okpewolo, not Idahosa.
I beg your pardon. Sorry. Yeah. I'm very, very sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. He declared Monday Ekpobolo.
Yes.
The viewer
and Hope Uzodinma.
Yes. That should it be Ugwaja Stanley Uzoamaka or should it be the governor?
I am telling you that it is the returning officer, Ogbuaja, that should do it because he is the one the national body gave the documents to, including the result sheet that is to record results on. And that's why in his place you had INEC. In his place you had DSS and the rest monitoring. So
Governor Hope
very easy to resolve.
Governor Hope Uzodinma had no business declaring a winner. Seems to be your position. Business. So that clarifies it for Emmanuel, who called in that, look, if you go very, very strictly, it is the returning officer in the person of Ugwaja Stanley Uzoamaka, he's the person to declare, and he so did. And he so did.
Yes.
And he did it for, he did it for, Monday Ekpobolo. But Governor Hope Uzodinma, he also had declared earlier, and that is why I think at the very beginning of the program you had said that there was an error somewhere.
Yes, and I'm also saying that if the national body had wanted Hope Uzodinma to declare results, they wouldn't have appointed a returning officer. They wouldn't have.
Mazi Okorafo, how do you see it?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, I guess. Sayuri, you see, what happened or what is happening now in Edo State is another cross. The big cross we are having is that they saw what happened in what is it called? Plateau. At the end of the day, no structure. Now, when you have 3 factions or 4 factions, you know that at the end of the day, we are gathering and we are breeding political terrorists, different factions. Now you ask yourself, this problem Nigeria is facing in terms of insecurity everywhere, is it not because of political terrorism, political talks that lead to terrorism? Now tell me, why is it that Nigerians, politicians, have been saying it time with that number, that people should go into politics as take it as an occupation, that is as a vocational, not occupation. If you take it as a vocation, that means you are going to tell people, if you win, you didn't win, yes. But when you are going to take it as an occupation, you must do abracadabra. Now tell me, look at the young men that are standing from one faction, say, no agree. We know go agree, we know agree. Now tell me, these are the young men tomorrow to tell you, you are the leaders of tomorrow. What hard tomorrow belongs to you. Who told you? Is that what we are going to see? I was expecting those young men to sit down, meet the elders. What is the way forward? They said they have already conducted the election before the main show. Some say they have already selected for now. Tell me. Now, if Nigerian politicians be using all these young boys who are supposed to sit, gather themselves and move forward to use and do all this, what is it? Now, sometimes I ask me, the elders in the political class, why is it that some of them don't go and sit down? Allow the middle class youth to come on board and do their primary and everything. But the elders will sit down and dictate. Look, the era of dictatorship in politics have gone. What we want now is what we call democracy by the people for the people. They will be citing an example with other countries. Can't other countries cite example with Nigeria? But they be citing example with Nigeria with one clause. It doesn't make sense. Honestly speaking, those 2 factions, I'm just advising them, please, when Nigeria and the Ivory Coast played, I think there was a football match. At the end of the day, is anything here I know go grant? There's what they call sportsmanship. Sportsmanship must exist in political arena. Honestly speaking, if political arena don't have that spirit of sportsmanship, we are not moving anywhere. Now,
all right.
The issue of
all right. Thank you very much, Mazi Okorafo. we have a situation on our hands clearly, because it can be quite confusing if you, again, from the point of view of our guest this morning, there is nothing confusing about it, the Right Honorable Paul Ohanbamo, but the facts for everybody to understand is that the election committee chairman of that particular exercise, Governor Hope Uzodimma, declared Dennis Idahosa as the winner, and the returning officer, Ugwaja Stanley Uzoamaka, whose job it is, had declared Monday Okpebolo. And now we have a situation. Some papers have called it drama. Some others have called it crisis. Where are we exactly from your point of view, Honorable Ohanbam? Where are we now in terms of moving forward? You remember one of our viewers, George, calling in from Ikeja, said that, look, if the party is conducting its affairs in this way, can it really be hopeful? Because the opposition is watching all of this very, very carefully. Will the opposition not see a divided house and then move in there into the crack and therefore deny APC of the victory? Are you worried that that could happen if this is not handled somehow? And what, by the way, is your recommendation as to how this should be properly handled now?
Well, I have said it, that the national body, because everyone is waiting for the national body to make a clear statement on this issue. You send people out. You gave them mandates, assignment, terms of reference, all the work they are to do. You appointed 18 returning officers. You appointed a state returning officer. Even though there is a chairman, deputy chairman, as ceremonial head. They have worked. They have brought their result with the form you gave to them intact. They have given you. Why not announce the real person? Because the process leading to the emergence of a candidate is critical to its acceptability. You always enter the house through the door, not through the window. That is the truth. You can only enter the house through the door, not through the window. This is what they are doing at the end. This is the fear.
Sorry, sir. The national body that you said must make a clear-cut statement now, that is entirely different, in your view, from the chair of the party congratulating the contestant that was declared by Governor Hope Uzodimma. It's a different thing.
When you congratulate, that congratulation came hastily. I'm sure he did not get the facts of the man. Now, having congratulated, why not give him certificate return and let the whole world know that this is the candidate that emerged? It's what I'm saying now. Why the delay? Because he has seen that facts are coming. INEC came out to say we monitor this in line with the Electoral Act. DSS brought the report, we monitor this. And that's the only one. Give issue now. And then the injustice will be very...
And the one that INEC has stated that it monitored is the one that produced Monday Okpebolo.
Monday Okpebolo, yes. Unless you want to rubbish our institutions. When you have weak commitment to democratic institutions, then you are not a true Democrat. You are just an authoritarian politician. And I don't want to believe that the national chairman is one.
And additionally, you say that there was not a parallel election, so-called. You seem to take serious exception to that expression. There was no permanent... What you have here is two results.
Thank you. Then now you ask yourself, what led to the result? One was a straight curve. Obviously, the one that has straight curve must run into a cul-de-sac. The other one emanated step by step, chronologically, the way elections are done, or to the source, to the end.
Okay.
So you now choose.
Let's bring in Mr. Abubakar in Kaduna. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, sir, Uncle Yori. Good morning and well done for the wonderful job you are doing.
Thank you very much, sir.
But for me today, in this saga, I will say it's a good drama. Because I believe the person who INEC or the person who party appoint, whether primary election or no primary election, according to the appeal court judgment from Kano and the Plateau, that man is the real candidate, because there was no primary election in Plateau, but the governor remained. There was no primary election in Kano. It's only appointment that I appointed my in-law, and the governor remained. Therefore, this man now arguing, saying Hope Uzodinma have played a drama. Once a party says this is their candidate, that candidate stands. Even if they go to appeal court, according to this judgment we have seen, that candidate is the authentic candidate. So primary election does not matter again in any election, according to appeal court judgment, referring to this Plateau and Kano judgment. So for this man to be arguing today, he is just wasting his time. I pity him.
Well,
thank you.
All right then. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Abubakar, calling in from Kaduna. Is going back. Yes. The comment of that viewer is going back to the power claim that you were making, that some really were flexing their muscles.
Yes. But you know, in this case, we are in opposition. We have PDP to contend with, the ruling party. We have Labour. In the last election, Labour defeated the two parties all round. We have Labour to contend with. So even if they give it to somebody whose primary was flawed, as he has said, the party can make the decision, and we applaud the party. Then they have got the net effect. Election will produce the gross effect. That's what we are talking about. Both the invisible primary and the primary proper that was done on Saturday will now culminate in the general election that will be determined by the multitude's choice. And you know, that time is like, you know, history. The judgment of history cannot be rigged. It's always objective. You get it? So we are going to election. This is why I'm saying we should do the right thing. I've not come here to waste my time. I'm telling you why things should be done properly, because I want my party to win election.
And in the meantime,
even in Edo South, excuse me, sir, even in Edo South, that Dennis Idausa comes from, many people, including Osageze Yamu, including the former deputy governor, they have all supported Edo Central. And many people are saying, let it go to Edo Central. That is the sentiment everywhere. So because you can muzzle, you should know that things cannot just, if we say there is an error, we cannot be called upon to persevere in that error. If it happened in Kano, happened in Plateau, it cannot happen because we also have people in Edo PDP that are strong. We have Labour that is strong. So that is, so what I'm saying is they should do the right thing. If they don't also do the right thing, they have the power to do anything, but I doubt if they have the power to write result.
No, nobody's. So over the weekend, I was reading some headlines of the news coverage about the role of Abuja in, in the election, the primaries that were conducted. The role of Abuja, of course, clearly referring to, the national body that you are speaking about now, that the national body needs to come out. And you've asked the question, why are they not able to issue the certificate of returns if they have...
Thank you. So that we know.
So that we know. That
many people are just waiting for that so that they know the next step to take. Just as he said, that even if you go to court of appeal, go anywhere, they will say it's the party that has... Yes, they can say that, but we are talking of the gross effect. When someone is aggrieved and you talk to him, he tells you that there's no problem. He can just be presenting such a contrast between mind and body. You get what I'm saying? That's all the re-election.
Yes, and as I said...
Can you write results?
Unfortunately, we don't have anybody from the other side of this.
You can call them any day. I always stated the facts the way they are. All I've attempted to do is to put out the mirror.
I don't know why.
Obviously, the other person will come and talk. The other person will talk advantageous to Dennis Idausa. That is it. You know, when war starts, politics is war without bloodshed. So says Mao Zedong. When war starts, the first casualty is truth. And this is why you even doubt if what I'm telling you now is the truth. But the facts are there. This is why I say carry out independent investigation. Carry it out.
Well,
not just me talking. Take from the other side, then carry out so that you get informed knowledge of what happened.
Well, thank you very much, Honorable.
They just want to, APC wants to marginalize Edo Central, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Well, this, as we said, we revisited because of what you have spoken about. The election committee chair, Governor Hope Uzodinma, had, for whatever reason, declared, Dennis Idahosa. But the person whose job it really is, the returning officer, Obuaja Stanley Uzoamaka, declared Senator Okpobolo. And, well, here, the rest, quite frankly, it's not clear. But
let me tell you, the tragic route to democratic breakdown is when democracy assassins use the very institutions of democracy to gradually, subtly and legally kill it. This is what they are doing in APC now. How can you set up a body to do something? You don't have faith in that body. You want to turn it and, rubbish it. It's unfortunate. And the whole world is watching the national body, watching the national chairman to see.
Thank you very much for coming on the program and at least putting it to us like this. So we now know that there is more than one angle to this particular story. Our thanks go to you once more, Right Honorable Paul Ohombamo, even as, and there's nothing wrong with that, you are the spokesman for Senator Monday Okpobolo campaign organization. Thank you very much for coming on our program today. We're going to have to leave it here. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folare. Bye-bye for now.
Following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Today, there are many complex, boring, expensive, and useless exercise machines in the market. Or you pay over 400,000 naira a year for gym membership and never go. ShopX TV is proud to introduce Total Crunch Evolution, the compact, versatile fitness solution that is perfect for you. With Total Crunch, you get a complete fitness workout in one machine. Say goodbye to ineffective and complicated exercise machines. Now, you have the power to transform your fitness journey and get the body you have always wanted right in the comfort of your own home. Total Crunch is the efficient and effective way to build muscle, tone and tighten your legs, shape your back and pectorals, while strengthening your core and defining your abs. Now that's totally effective to get the body you want. With Total Crunch, your whole body works out at the same time. Only Total Crunch can put your whole body in motion as you burn calories and lose weight. Just one fitness routine a week will achieve serious results in 4 weeks.
Total Crunch Evolution has enhanced the way I work out and the results I achieve. It's not just a fitness equipment, it's a life changer. This versatile, time-saving machine is perfect for anyone looking to lose weight or stay in shape. Trust me, this is a game changer you've been waiting for.
With my busy schedule, finding time to work out and stay in shape has always been a challenge until I discovered the Total Crunch Evolution. It's a lifesaver.
Traditional exercise equipment is large, complex, takes up so much space in your home, and you could be paying up to 400,000 naira for annual gym fees. Get the Total Crunch Evolution, the 2-in-1 fitness solution to save the cost and transform your body from the convenience of your home. Similar equipment costs 300,000 naira, but you can get the Total Crunch Evolution for not 300,000 naira, not even 200,000 naira. Order right now and get your Total Crunch Evolution for just 179,950 naira only. And that's not all. You can get our Total Crunch Evolution in 2 easy payments of 89,975 naira. That's right. pay twice to get your Total Crunch. And remember, if you order now, you get the Total Crunch Evolution delivered to you for free anywhere you are in Nigeria. And it comes with a ShopEx 30-day money-back guarantee. Call the number on your screen now or scan the code to place your order now. But hurry, limited stock available. The proceeding is a paid presentation brought to you by ShopEx TV.
When shippers groan under the weight of ceaseless charges that tend to throw them off balance in the sector, Nigerian Shippers Council promptly comes to their rescue.
We know that we are achieving something.
We will all of us work together as a team to move our country and indeed Shippers Council forward.
To get justice done without the money for any charges.
It's Tidbit, the world's and the first to break the 24,000 TEU mark.
Allah Inland Dry Port is born again. Finally, the eagle has landed.
The essence of a dry port is to decongest the port and make the shipping services nearer to shippers.
Join us for a smooth sail on your favorite maritime program, The Shipper, brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator.
TVC News Weekend Lineup. TVC Breakfast Saturday with Kemi Fola Adeyemo and Emmanuel Ajayi. Political Standpoint with Precious Amayo. Newsweek with Mark Otabo and Jacinta Ugochukwu. Politics on Sunday with Femi Akonde. Community Forum with Sarah Yeku. Get ready for the biggest stories, fresh perspectives and burning news discussions that round up the weekend. Only on TVC News.
First with breaking news. At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Welcome to TVC Media News. The Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Oil, Heineken Lokbobiri, has assured that the federal government will continue engagements with representatives of unions in the oil sector to seek better ways to resolve issues around the suspension of operations. The minister spoke during a meeting with the representatives where he says the government will do what is necessary and ensure that businesses continue to thrive. The Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners had directed its members to withdraw their trucks from petroleum product loading activities with effect from February the 19th. According to the association, the decision to withdraw its operation was due to the high operational cost in the industry.
We are willing to engage you people on any issue with a view to find a solution so that we avert, situation where you have to go on strike and inflict more hardship, on the innocent, poor Nigerian population. I received a letter from you people, some time ago, and we already worked on the letter before, this development. And I believe that today we have opportunity to be able to address those your concerns, with a view to find a common ground.
Was staying in the nation's capital, the federal government has announced that the price of cement will drop to between 7,000 to 8,000 naira depending on the location or the part of the country. This was made known by the Minister of Works, David Umahi, after a 4-hour closed-door meeting with cement manufacturers in Abuja. Correspondent Habida Lawal reports.
In the past few months, there has been a slight